Yes. I think.
We're live right now? Odds for Isaac screwing up tonight? How many times do we think Isaac screws up tonight? Above 5, less than 5? Less?
I'll give you less.
Less? Less? Everybody's taking less? I think that means I have to take the over, Isaac.
Loser gets pie to the face.
So if Isaac makes 6 mistakes, they both get pied to the face? Isaac, you can make 6 mistakes on purpose, can't you?
No. You said Isaac said under, so that means Isaac would get a pie to the face too.
I had to eat 10 cookies yesterday because and it did not stay down.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was horrible. Nobody needs to consume that much sugar in a little bit. Because I ate 10 cookies?
Because you talked about throw up.
I talked about it twice. Which is probably too many times. Huh? Isaac, why are we live this early? There's one mistake. You started 3 minutes early. That's one.
Isaac. I think that's just preparedness.
That wasn't me. That was Dave? Oh. I can't. What? Are you putting it live on Instagram? Ooh, yeah, you said you could put it live on Instagram.
Do you want to use my phone?
Aren't you doing the...
Oh, yeah.
Use Josh's phone.
I think you can do it through the laptop.
It's going to be really crappy quality.
Is it going to make the squeak noise if I put my phone near this? The squeaky?
So how do you go so I just hit live? Yeah. Just set us up, Isaac.
You can use my tripod that I made.
You made a tripod?
Yeah. The offering basket and Lauren's smart water.
Oh. That's going to be like a really bad angle. You can see my 4 chins. How about what?
Lauren's smart water helps.
Now we're live? You went a little early. That's one mistake. So we're in a bet right now on how many mistakes Isaac's going to make, who's joining us for the live stream, so everybody thank Isaac. We got a bet. If he makes more than 6 mistakes, I get a pie Lauren and Emily to the face. If he makes less than 6 mistakes, I got to take a pie to the face. So, Isaac.
Put your bets in the comments.
Yeah, put your bets. Who thinks Isaac's going to make more than 6 mistakes? Who thinks he's going to make under? What? Wait, is that a mistake? There's a countdown while we're live?
Yeah, to count down to yeah. I'm going to start counting everything as a mistake.
Isaac, I'm going to be on you tonight. So this is Emily's first time ever going live. How do you feel?
Good. It's nice not having, eyes looking at you, other than Lauren and Isaac.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like there's actually people watching you.
There's probably a lot of people. Well, hopefully there's a lot of people watching.
Me and Lauren are thinking of starting a podcast. We are.
Okay. I'll catch it.
It's rough.
If he misses, it counts as... Oh, I almost had it. If you miss, it counts as a mistake, though.
No, Isaac gets pie to the face, too.
Oh! It's a good throw. There's a wrapper on it, you jerk.
I said that. I said that.
I would have ate a wrapper. I thought he at least was nice enough to unwrap it.
Whoa, what? I got
pied
pied to the face yesterday.
I got pied to the face 2 times 3 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Or before Thanksgiving. Time's relative, Emily.
Time's relative.
Isaac, are we...
There's 6 people watching on YouTube.
Wow. Ooh. Those are our favorite... Those are our favorite 6 and 7 people right now. Even over Isaac and Lauren. What do you guys think Lauren and Emily's podcast should be named or about? Shoot us some comments.
Suggestions.
Because they want to start a podcast. They just have no idea on what.
Me and Lauren like true crime podcasts. We can do true crime.
But you don't like haunted places.
Yeah, no, I hate haunted things.
I found a podcast mic at Barnes & Noble.
A podcast mic?
Yeah.
Like a boom mic? Yeah. Isaac, are there differences in microphones? I know you're a sound guy. Yes. Okay.
Do you want to direct our podcast? He's getting paid, sure.
How many viewers do you think, or was it viewers or listeners for a podcast? Listeners?
Some people film their podcasts there.
No, we should not do video. We should not do video. I want to be dressing comfortable.
You can add what?
And dress why they can't come.
Can you guys even hear Isaac and Lauren?
And dress why you can't comment on YouTube.
What?
And dress why you can't comment on YouTube.
Address why we can't comment?
Because there are people saying we can't comment on YouTube.
Can't comment. Oh, that's another mistake for Isaac. That's two for him now. I guess comments aren't working on YouTube right now. Are they disabled, Isaac? We'll be working on it. If you want to send out a comment, go to Instagram. There are going to be chances to win prizes and stuff like that through some trivia questions. And if you guys also have any questions or anything like that as well, comments are going to be super helpful.
Is somebody watching the Instagram comments?
Yeah. Lauren and Isaac will be watching the Instagram comments. So Isaac, are we good to go now? Is your countdown of the dancing Santas done?
There's only 9 and 8. There's like 17 people watching.
Okay, that's good. All right. Well, we're going to get started. We're super excited for this summer. We got a lot of fun things planned, and we just can't wait to see what God is going to do. And so we're excited to share where we're going, kind of the theme, what we're going to be doing. But we've had a lot of fun today watching you guys send in pictures and have fun in the scavenger hunt. We're surprised by how many people were actually downtown Holland. Hopefully he didn't get kicked out of any stores. Roger Hernandez was getting super creative. I don't know if he's held on to the lead. There was a couple teams coming back. So we'll see who wins at the end. We'll release that. There's going to be a winner for first place who'll get a free trip, a couple second place winners, and a third place winner. So we'll show some photos, and we're just glad that you guys are having fun and participating in that. And so we also want to thank Isaac and Lauren for joining us to help us out tonight. Isaac's making a mistake. That's 3. We're at 3. We're at 3. If Isaac gets to 6 mistakes, I get to pie Emily and Lauren in the face, and we're already at 3, and we're like 2 minutes
Isaac.
in. Oh my gosh!
I feel like that should count as a double.
No, that's a single.
You just pulled me from the screen. That's a single. Okay, we're at 3. We're at 3, Isaac.
This is brutal.
Stop trying to.
Yeah, Isaac, I'm going to need you to, yeah,
He doesn't make a
knock it
single
off.
mistake on Sunday morning, but
10 and 11.
It is a pie in the face at stake.
11 and 11.
all right, I fixed Isaac's mistake, everybody.
You get to a great vacation on your phone. You have it in the live.
Oh my God, this is not starting out well.
I think this should count as a Josh mistake, not an Isaac mistake. Because he didn't log in. Yeah, we'll practice for our podcast that's coming up. What are we naming our podcast?
I don't know. Nobody told us. What should we name our podcast, everybody? We need suggestions, please and thank you.
Please and thank you. Isaac, any suggestions?
Isaac?
It's a no.
Oh.
It's rude. It's okay, we'll make it anyways. We don't need listeners. It'll be fun.
We will be the listeners.
It'll be all of our views. Over and over again.
Whoop, whoop. We should have a light show right now. Woohoo! Okay,
That is the end of our first podcast. Thank you for joining us.
All right. So just a reminder that after we get done sharing, signups will be going live. We're working on all of that registration, and we're hoping capacity will fill up pretty quick. We brought 130 30 people with volunteers and students last year on trips, and we're hoping to bring the same this year. So first of all, I know some of you haven't yet met Emily. She's our new middle school assistant youth director here. She's awesome, and so I just want to introduce you guys to her if you haven't met her. And she's going to kind of explain our theme a little bit. We've been kind of praying about this, talking about it for a few months, and God really just placed something on our hearts, and we're excited to share that theme with you. So.
Yeah. Hi, guys. So this summer, our theme is Ramos. And so we're going to start off with a trivia question for $50 off of a trip. So if you can tell us what Ramos means and what language it's in, you'll receive $50 off of a trip.
I don't know if we've ever actually talked about Ramos before, so I'm excited to kind of explore into that. Also, we're in Romans again. Our verse last year was from Romans. We're back in it this year. I mean, I did my final paper in seminary on Romans, so maybe that's why we're always in Romans, or God just likes. It's a cool book. It's a fun one. But yeah, we're super excited for that. We got any guesses yet, Isaac? Not a single guess. And Lauren. Oh yeah, Lauren's.
Lauren's comment monitor.
Ooh. Give you a hint. It's where Jesus goes after he's baptized.
Oh, snap.
See, we picked a good theme. Yeah. They don't know it, so we'll be able to talk a lot about it this summer. Okay, we'll move forward if someone gets it. You guys can use Google. You can use... What?
What's the language?
What's that? It is Greek. Right. Ooh, Zion got... Ziggy
Yay.
got it? Woo! Go Zion!
Awesome. You get $50
Zion.
off your trip.
Yeah. $50 off for Zion. He is our first winner tonight. Aramos or
Aramos. I've been saying Aramos.
We've been both disagreeing about that. We got to ask Pastor Dan. He told me today, but he kind of like mixed both of them together. So I'm waiting for Pastor Dave's response. Yeah. So, but I'm gonna let Emily explain what that is and why we chose it.
So Aramos is a Greek word. It's means wilderness, and we're kind of going to be talking about that a lot this summer in different ways, like the physical wilderness on the pilgrimage, but also just kind of like spiritually and going to places that are unfamiliar, and meeting new people, kind of stepping outside of our comfort zones in a lot of ways in the United States and across the sea, where we're going. So we're just really excited to see the way that the Lord's going to move, and we feel like this theme of Ramos of wilderness is going to really fit into that. So really excited.
Yeah, I think the wilderness is sometimes where we are pushed outside of our comfort zone, and God speaks to us and helps us grow the most. So we're just so excited to kind of grow with you this summer and see how God kind of molds us and transforms us and uses us to be his agents of change in the world. So we're going to announce our first trip here.
Yes.
So this is for middle schoolers, right?
Yes.
Her first trip she's ever going to lead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go with you. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
You should have seen. I don't know if you can see how surprised she looked, but she looked scared. Like she turned white.
So our first trip we're announcing is our middle school trip. The drum roll. Our middle school trip this year is going back to Camp Lake Ann. We are super excited to go back. It's become a tradition. I've heard so many amazing stories, and we're going to be going for a little longer this year, kind of trying that out to see if we can maybe try something new next year. So this is for ages 5th grade through 8th grade. It's $150 or $300, but it's $150 with banquet participation.
Yeah, and most of you guys have probably been involved in the banquet before, but this is amazing fundraiser that our church does that allows us to offer half off for all of our trips to our students. You get to participate in the first time.
Yeah.
Little did you know, Emily was supposed to be in it this year, but I totally forgot to bring her up to the stage, so she lucked out. But next year she'll definitely be up there. But I'll explain a little bit more about the banquet for those of you that don't know in a little bit. But back to Lake Ann.
So when we're there, going to be doing devotions. There's archery tag. We go swimming, campfires, the blob, all that really fun stuff. The last day we will go to Sleeping Bear Dunes. And it's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. You guys have to show me around. I've never been there before. I know a lot of you guys have been a couple times now. We're going to be staying in cabins, and all the meals will be provided by the camp. So super excited for that trip.
Very
Good time.
cool. We'll see if you can make it onto the blob.
What do you mean?
So there's this. Are you scared of heights?
Yeah, I hate heights.
Ooh.
I hate heights.
Uh-oh. So some of you know what the blob is. It's this giant thing that shoots you in the air. And so we're gonna make Emily get on it, and we'll send somebody to bounce her off. A couple years ago, there were a few people that couldn't actually jump to the blob. It was too high up. And so if you're not scared,
How high is it?
It's
Okay, like in
Yeah.
relation to the ceiling.
maybe a little higher.
Does it not hurt when you hit
No,
it?
it could hurt. Like if the person that sends you far enough, it could hurt.
Good.
Well, yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So look
Yay.
forward to shooting Emily off on the blob. But yeah, she's got a lot of cool ideas for the middle school trip for the future and possibly extending it. So we're excited to try this extra night this year and see what that leads into. And then maybe something completely new next year.
Yeah.
She's got really cool ideas.
So very excited about that. So before we go into the next trip, we have a trivia question. If you get this right, you will win a t-shirt, super cool t-shirt that Josh designed. So I've heard this story, actually was just told this story. Gonna see if any of you guys remember the answer to it. But so the question is, what did the ghost say to Sam, the photographer, on the Lake Ann camp trip?
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting part of the trip. Sam was going to sleep one night and heard a voice. And so for the rest of the trip, all of the middle schoolers constantly, anytime he would leave, would say it to him. So I think there's a lot of people that know what was said. Sam is still scared of Lake Ann, but he also likes going back every year. So he will be joining us again this year to do photos on all of the trips, actually. And I think Isaac, as long as he doesn't make less than 6 mistakes tonight, will join us on a few trips as well.
What are we at? 3 mistakes?
We're at 3. 4?
3. Lauren, 3.
I'll take 4.
We're at 3.
Isaac's doing a great job, so we're just like messing with him.
Do you have any answers, Lauren?
All right. Well, we'll keep moving on. First one to get that will get a cool t-shirt. It's a CMC kind of like special edition, limited edition. Only people that
cool.
win these trivia things can get it, and some of our volunteers.
Yeah.
So, all right, our next trip we're going to announce here. Ooh. Oh, Isaac put it up on the screen a little fast. Oh, I went on that screen. Dang it. I'm watching you. It's a trip that has become foundational here at CMC. It's a trip that I know many, many students look forward to. It is our pilgrimage trip, and it is for our 11th grade students, and then a few 12th graders as well that have kind of been in their small groups with them as well. We are going back. We are going to Oregon. I got to experience Oregon for the first time last year, and it's an absolutely beautiful place. There you can see one of the pictures from one of the places we stayed right there, and we are so excited to go back and kind of experience it all again with a group of new students. Oregon is this wonderful kind of, I always thought this trip would be like never work in high school. It's mainly quiet time for pretty much all of the day. You have to make your own food, you're camping, and super cold weather, and like you can freeze at night. So I was like, why would any student want to go on that? But after being, I can see why there's all that hype, and I think it's one of the best trips I've ever been on. And this trip is just kind of this way where we kind of really dig into our personal relationship with God and just kind of grow in that, and also grow really close with one another. It is freezing there at night, so please bring warm sleeping bags. I did not bring that last year, and I was shivering every single night, so please be prepared for that. Jane and Sean did not warn me, but now I definitely know. But I think it's going to be an awesome trip. this trip does fill up pretty quickly. We want to really focus on those relationships and those quiet times, so we can't have a ton of people. So if this is one that you want to go on, make sure you get signed up for it tonight, as it generally fills up in about the first week. The cost for that is $1,400 or $700 if you participate in the banquet. And if you want to do that, go to the youth page on our website and get signed up for that. It's going to be an awesome experience. I'm looking forward to it.
When I first heard about this trip, I was like, it's like it's intimidating. Like
It is,
crazy.
yeah,
But
it's very intimidating.
I'm super excited to be a part of that.
Yep, 11-mile hike.
For a lot of stories at Popsicle Time.
Lots of stories.
Speaking of my fear of heights, makes my hands sweat just thinking about some of the stories that like Roger and Braden would talk about. Makes me
Yeah, Roger
nervous.
told me some stories that I'm glad I didn't know that he was doing that when we were on the trip. I'm glad he's safe. He told me after we got back down on flat ground.
Hiking in slides.
That was
At
Zion. Zion 3 years ago hiked 10 miles in slides, but he wore hiking boots this whole trip. He did a good job. Good job. Except for cooking some rice. You guys can ask Zion that story. But all right, we got a trivia question here for the Oregon pilgrimage. This one's a little more difficult, so we're going to go back to another $50 off a trip. But you got to dig back. You can use Google. You can use Instagram. You can use your old T-shirts. But what were the themes and the verses for the last 2 trips? And then what is the theme and the verse for the trip this year? And so we'll keep kind of going on. Lauren will monitor the comments. And if somebody pops in the first one to that, we'll win the $50 off a trip. Well, yes, they got to get all 3. Do we have anybody for what was said to Sam? Ooh, not yet. Isaac, you should text your friends because they were the ones that kept saying it to him. Oh, if you can't comment on YouTube, text Isaac or my phone number or Emily. We'll accept that. Don't text my phone. It's doing the Instagram. Or Lauren. But text Isaac or Emily. So if you know Isaac's number, you got a little bit of an advantage. But we will accept texts as well since the YouTube comments are off. All right. You ready to announce the international one?
Yes. So our next trip is the international trip. So drum roll. For our international trip, we are going back to Jamaica. I know there was conversation about maybe a couple different places that kind of fell through, but we're super excited to be going back to Jamaica and just the relationship that's already been built there with just that community of people, with the church. It's going to be just a lot of fun. We're really excited to just be able to go back and love on those people. So the dates are for July 30th through August 6th. It is 1,600 or 800 with banquet participation. We are going to be doing service projects, just learn the deaf culture, build relationships, and we will be staying at the village. So the capacity is 35 people. And then before that, there's 6 sign language meetings and classes.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun. It's my 4th time going to the village, and I am so excited. I know that, it's the same trip that we've gone on the last 2 years, but I think it's going to be an incredible experience, and I'm so excited. What was that, Isaac? Isaac make a mistake?
No. YouTube comments are on now.
Sweet! Awesome. So we're so excited for that trip and the chance to go back there. Yeah, we had a few fall through. We were planning on going to a couple different places, and kind of as we were planning, they didn't work out, and we got really, really nervous for a little while. I didn't know if we were going to be able to have an international trip, but we're thankful for our family and the relationships and kind of our partner and sister church in Jamaica who kind of saved the day and stepped in and offered us a week to go on short notice. And so we are just really, really excited to go and get to serve there, get to have some incredible coffee, go to YS Falls. It's going to be an awesome trip. That's actually a picture that I think Isaac took from the village. So it's just this beautiful, amazing place. For me, it's one of the places where I get to kind of like rest and experience God the most. So I'm very thankful for that place and our friends and the relationships we've built there. Isaac's been there twice. I think he's excited to go back for a third time as well. But we know it's the same experience, and we want to kind of give you different experiences. So we have kind of another trip for the summer of 2024 that we're going to be announcing in a little bit. Yeah. But before that, we got another trivia
question.
And to win
a bag of coffee. The question is if you can tell us what mountain they grow this coffee on. If you can get that right, first person to answer will get this bag of coffee.
That's pretty good. I don't know how to brew it right, so it kind of tasted a lot worse than what we had when we were in Jamaica. But I attribute that to me screwing up how to brew coffee. Not the coffee's fault. I know the Snyders really like it. Steve says it's really, really good.
It's
so
good.
Emily likes it.
It was delicious.
So it's good coffee. It doesn't give you like the heartburn. But yeah. So does anybody know it? Who got it? Oh my gosh! I just gave her a bag of coffee. Jody Snyder with the win. Somehow she said she ran out a few weeks ago, but somehow she keeps getting coffee, so it just keeps lasting. So yeah, God provides. All right.
Cool.
Our next trip here that we're announcing is our high school trip. And we're really, really excited about this one. Last year, you guys can all thank Cole Allen Meisty. Last year, I made the decision that we are never going to drive that far ever again after we had to stop for the bathroom every 30 to 45 minutes. So this year, we are going to get on a plane, and we are all going to fly together to Orlando, Florida. And we are going to go to Disney at the end of the trip. You can't go to Orlando and not experience Disney. So the last day of the trip, we are going to go to Disney with you all. But I'm really, really excited for this trip. We are going to be going to serve at Give Kids the World Village. It is a village for Make-A-Wish kids. So if any of you have heard of Make-A-Wish, it is for kids that have had a terminal illness or are going through a really, really difficult time, and they are offered a wish to kind of give them a week of happiness. And so a lot of kids choose to go to Universal Studios or Disney or kind of to that area, but a lot of the hotels at Universal and Disney aren't accessible to them. So this village exists to give a place where the families and the kids can stay during the week, and then they go to the parks during the day. The village is fully accessible with doctors. It has wheelchair accessible rides. It has just a bunch of things to provide a really comfortable and great week. And we kind of get to provide the hospitality for the students there. For the kids there during the week. We'll be doing there's ice cream all day. And so you get to serve ice cream. There's kind of a salon where you can do their hair and their nails. You kind of help them with getting their food. You can wrap gifts that bring, just kind of really being one-on-one and developing those relationships with the families and the kids, and just kind of being a bright light in a really difficult time that they are going through. And so I think it's one of the places that I've seen God's kingdom the most. I got to go there a few years ago, and it was just a really, really powerful and life-changing experience for me. And so I'm excited to go back, but I'm also excited to bring all of you to Orlando and just have a lot of fun and experience something new and get to work with a lot of families and kids. So it'll be a ton of fun. Rosso, where are we staying, Emily?
We're staying in 2 very large VRBOs right down the street from each other. So that'll be super fun. We're going to have pools and there's like arcade games in them and stuff like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we're going to be working hard throughout the day, but we'll get to kind of hang out and party and have a lot of fun at night. Yeah, we got 2 super big pools. We got a comment winner?
We got a question asking what grades are available for that trip.
Yes, grades that are available for that trip are students that have just completed 8th grade, and we are going to leave that all the way open through 12th grade as well. So even if you have graduated, you're allowed to come on this trip as well. I think it's going to be a wonderful amazing experience. If you want to learn more about the village or watch any videos, just go type in Give Kids the World Village on Google and search it. You can kind of learn their story. I love their line where happiness inspires hope. It's all just about a week of providing happiness. And I think for me, I learned a lot more from the kids there than I actually think that I did. So I'm excited for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We get to make all of our own food too. So volunteers, if there's anybody that likes to cook and is looking for a trip to come on, we would love to have you on this trip. And again, we are flying. So that's so nice. You can thank Cole. Everybody shoot Cole a nice thank you message. We are flying. We will have to bus and stuff back and forth from where we're staying to the village, but it'll be a really fun trip, and I can't wait to see how God moves that week.
It'll be awesome.
The cost for that is $900 or $450 with banquet participation. That includes all your food, all your the airfare, everything at the week, and then also the ticket to Disney is in that as well. You'll need to bring some money if you want to buy anything at Disney, and then meals in the airport. But other than that, all of that is covered in the cost. Capacity is about 40 students and 10 leaders. We can go a little bit over. We're going to try to make it, if you want to go, we're going to try to get as many students as we can. But
we
can squeeze into the VRBO. But we will have to cut it off at some point. So make sure if you're interested in it, sign up as quick as you can. But we'll try to fit as many people as we can. Yeah. Awesome. We got a trivia for this one. You want to do it or you want me to do it?
I have to read from this.
Oh, she got it.
So the trivia question is, what are the 3 mountains in Magic Kingdom? And this is to win a t-shirt.
Pretty cool t-shirt.
Cool t-shirt.
They were supposed to be in today, but I was going to wear one. They're blonde. They're gray. Yeah. That's the only hint you get.
Cool t-shirt. You want to win it.
I think one of the mountains, as a hint, just kind of closed down, or they reformatted the ride or something like that. I remember seeing that.
I saw a TikTok about it today, right after you said it.
Yes. What are the 3 mountains in Magic Kingdom? I don't know if we'll go to that park. We're either going to go to Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom.
Or Animal Kingdom?
Bethany 17 is the winner. I think that's... Way to put me on the spot, Lauren. I don't have people's Instagram handles memorized. So, you got a text or something.
Who's first? Okay.
All right.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Henry Mulder. Sweet. All right. Now our last trip that we're going to announce. This is the 5th one. This is for the summer of 2024. It is an international trip, but we're super excited for it. We're still in the works talking with the organization to kind of finalize the dates and the exact cost, but we're confident in all of that, and so we're comfortable to move forward with announcing that we're going, but the dates and the cost are a little flexible. There's not as many spots on this trip, but I'm going to let Emily announce where we're going and the ages that it is.
Yeah, so we are going to Zambia. We are so excited about this. It is going to be for current 11th graders, 12th graders, and then post high school. So there's about 20 students we talked about. But it's going to be super cool. This is with Micah's organization, right?
Yeah, Micah Kephart, who used to lead Dwell for a little while, was our interim Dwell leader, founded this organization. And so he's kind of connected with us, and I really love what they stand for and what they do. And so basically we're going to be going to Zambia, Africa. It is a lot of travel. So we wanted to let you guys kind of know about this about 1.5 years in advance, because there's a lot of planning that goes into it. There are some vaccines that you will need to get. It's about 24 to 26 hours of travel, so it's a big commitment there. It's about 10 days if you're going to travel that far. You stay and you got to make it worth it. So it is a little bit of a longer trip as well. And then we are really stepping outside of our comfort zones. Zambia is going to be a lot different than anything that we're used to. Some of you have gone on the Jamaica trip. It will be a whole different level of being pushed outside of your comfort zone. And we're going to be working really hard. We're going to be working with a lot of small businesses in that area and kind of understanding that culture and getting to kind of come alongside and work with them, and just kind of really develop relationships and partnerships and all that. You will get experience Africa. We'll do some of the touristy stuff, but really it's going to be focused on kind of working and getting to know those people. But I know it's going to be an incredible experience, but I want you guys to know it's not just a trip to Africa. It is going to be something that really, really pushes you outside of your comfort zone. But like as we talked about wilderness and all of that, that's sometimes where God moves and speaks and transforms the most. So I'm excited for this trip. I know we don't have a ton of details, but we're going next summer.
Yeah.
We're going next summer, and we would, if you can take that step of faith, even without all the details, the signups will open tonight. You don't have to pay anything or like that, because we don't know exactly, but we'll get you down on the list. And so it's going to be absolutely incredible.
Yeah. We know that the price can be a little intimidating too. So fundraising is a very scary thing to do. But we're definitely going to walk alongside each other through that fundraising. And it's definitely a leap of faith, but the Lord's going to do some really amazing things.
Yeah.
So.
And that's another one of the reasons we wanted to kind of give you that year and a half to start planning and fundraising, because it is a big cost. Most of that is flights.
Yeah.
So once we're there, the cost isn't that much, but it's just over $2,000 to fly there. So that makes up the majority of the cost, and that's why it could go down, it could go up, based on that. But,
yeah.
awesome.
Very exciting.
So it'll be super, super cool. All right, I think that's all the trips. Isaac, what's your mistake count at?
3.
That's not good. So
You're
I have
pie
like
Josh in the face at the
I
end
have
of
like
this?
I have like 5 minutes to get him to make a bunch of mistakes. We I think that's all. Have we had anybody answer the trivia question? The trip versus and themes. Have we had anybody get the Sam?
Guesses, but none of them were correct.
Okay.
And none for the Sam question either.
None for the Sam question. I guess nobody likes Sam. Poor Sam. I think we mentioned it earlier, but Sam is going to be joining us to kind of film and take all the pictures on the trips as well. And Isaac's kind of going to be his buddy on a few as well, hopefully. He hasn't committed to me yet, but I'm trying to. Also, you guys we want to thank Adam for providing food for us tonight from Electric Hero. You guys got to work on convincing Adam to come on some of the trips as well, so you can have some worship from him, because nobody wants to hear me play the guitar and sing out of tune. So, but yeah, work on convincing Adam to come on some of the trips with us. That would be super awesome. So we got one last trivia question. What is the airport that you have to fly into to get to Zambia? What? You can use Google. All right. While we wait for somebody to answer that, I just want to go over a little bit of the banquet and kind of what is expected and required for that. And so it has been amazing to get to kind of serve and go on summer trips here at CMC, because I'm blown away by the church's generosity and kind of how the banquet goes, and the fact that we can offer half off for all of the trips through this one fundraiser that we only have to do for a couple days. What? Yes, for... I'll take it.
Okay.
There's 2. Okay. Brooker's got it. I don't think that might not be the one we're flying into, but that is one of the ones you can get to. I should have been more clear. But I'll take it. All right. So for the banquet, the date is going to be that second Sunday in September. I don't think that's the correct date. That was what it was last year. But it will be the second Sunday in September. What you guys got to do is you got to fill a table, and you have to volunteer from like 5 to 9 that evening. There's a raffle. You serve food. It's pretty simple. We'll have a training day the Wednesday before, and you just got to invite a bunch of friends and family to kind of come and sit with you. It's a lot of fun. It is hard work, but it's a super cool night and a way to kind of celebrate all that God did and share some stories of how you saw God move through the trips. And so we'll ask a few of you to share. All the students that shared last year did an absolutely incredible job. So if you would like to share a story at the banquet, just let me know. I know that's far away, but it's a really, really cool thing. And so that's kind of all you have to do for the banquet, but it is required. So if you do take that half off for the trip, you are required to come and attend and participate and fill a table at the banquet. And if you don't, you will have to pay the full cost of the trip. So super, super simple, and we're excited for the banquet. We're already kind of starting planning on that. You should see Doris. She's got this wedding book for the banquet. It's crazy. I think she could put it all on a computer, but it's like this book that is this thick. It's thicker than the Bible. It's crazy. But she does an incredible job. She's looking forward to it. It's going to be a great night and a great way to help keep the costs of our trips really low. I also want to go over where to register tonight, and then we're going to give you if you guys have any questions, time to just kind of answer those. And then Emily is going to announce who won the scavenger hunt. We have a couple winners. Yep. Someone pulled away at the very last minute, I think, to take the victory. But yeah, where to register tonight, there's a couple options for you. Once we get done with this live stream, we'll be sending out a link. That'll come through as a text and in your emails. You can click on that link and you can go and register for any of the trips. You can read all about them, all of the capacities, the costs, the dates, and everything. I know we zip through them really quick through the live stream. But yeah, so you can read about all of that information. What you need to do, you'll fill out your information. You'll click on what trip that you want to go on. You are welcome to go on multiple trips if you would like. I think one person went on 3 trips last year. So you are welcome to go on as many trips as you would like. You'll pay the deposit, and then you will be all registered. If the trip is filled, you will be put on a waiting list, and we will let you know kind of the next steps for that. We're going to try to get everybody that wants to go on trips if we can, but there are some kind of things that we have to follow. So waiting list doesn't necessarily mean a no, but we'll try to work through that. And you'll get a confirmation email. Let us know if you don't get the confirmation email, because it might not have gone through then. So you'll get that link, or if you don't get it, if you want to look for it elsewhere, you can go on Instagram. It'll be in our bio, or you can go onto the church website under the youth tab, and you'll be able to sign up there. So there's 4 places to sign up. The deadlines are all going to be on there as well. We did have to push up some of our deadlines this year. Just wanted to make you aware of that. We're trying to keep trip costs as low as we possibly can. And one of the ways is to get our numbers into certain places a little bit quicker. And so we know the deadlines are a little earlier this year. And so that does make kind of planning things in the summer maybe a little more difficult. But we're just doing it to kind of keep costs low. So if you know where you want to go, please register as quickly as you can. It just kind of helps us make our plans and keep costs kind of as low as possible. All right. You ready to announce the big trip winner?
Big trip winners.
Oh, yeah. There was a group of 3 won.
At the last minute, they came through picked up a bunch of trash and got a lot of points. So the 3 winners who will be splitting the prize is Henry, Harrison, and Abby. Woo! So congratulations. We loved having your guys' photos. I think Isaac will show some of those. They were very fun to see. We have Aubrey. And then
hopefully they got permission to take a picture.
If we have Roger's video, like TikTok that he made, that would be fantastic.
I did not put that in. We'll put it up. No. We'll put it up at some point.
But that was hilarious. We loved seeing all of your guys' photos.
He also rapped himself, so kudos to that.
Yeah.
Roger, you had the lead to the very last minute, buddy.
Yes.
Should have picked up more trash. Second place, though, was Roger, and
3rd was Aubrey.
Aubrey was 2nd, right? I think she pulled in 2nd. We thought she was going to be 3rd because
she had 60.
Yeah, I think she moved up to 2nd, and we're still figuring out who won 3rd. There's a lot of you that participated, but kind of just scrolling through the photos we knew had the most. So, but yeah, so congratulations to Henry, Harrison, Abby, Audrey, and Roger. So we'll get those discounted for you upon sign up. Harrison, this is his second. He won the free trip last year. So Harrison is meant to go on trips, I guess. Good job, Harrison. You had it. Last year was luck. This year you worked hard for it. So congratulations. All right, that's kind of all that we have for tonight. I think I have to get pied in the face because Isaac did a phenomenal job.
Lauren, run.
I don't know if there's any whipped cream in there.
Oh.
Haha.
No. Okay, we'll do it at.
You guys can see it on Sunday.
Yeah. Do it live.
Good
Live
job.
pie in the face.
I'm proud of Isaac and doing a great job. I know it's hard to do live stream and kind of keep up with all of us and everything. So great job, Isaac and Lauren. Thanks for helping us out, and also thanks for Adam again for providing food for us this evening. So, all right, are there any questions? You can text, you can YouTube comment, you can Instagram comment. We'll stay on for a few minutes just to answer any questions that you have. Also, this video is going to be available tomorrow for anybody that couldn't join us tonight on both Instagram and YouTube, and those signups will be going live in the next couple of minutes here once we sign off and get those sent out to you. So just be looking out for those on your phones and your emails. All right. Think you and Lauren could do a podcast?
I think we could do great at a podcast.
I think you could. Isaac, what should we do a podcast on?
You guys could do like food reviews.
Food reviews? We could do that. We could just make Brad cook for us every day. Just food reviews of Brad's food. Just Brad's food. We could bring Travis Wilson in there, Mike. Yeah. Maybe Adam. Adam probably makes good food. He owns a restaurant.
We have a question. When are the Orlando dates?
The Orlando dates are July 17 through 24. I think I got so excited to talk about the Village, I missed the date, so I apologize. It is a little different than we've done in years past. It's a Monday to a Monday. But that way you kind of only lose one weekend in the summer. We know that when we had gone on Saturday to Saturday, you kind of lose both weekends. So this way you only lose one weekend there.
Also helps keep the cost down.
Yeah, also flights are a lot cheaper on Monday.
Yep.
Good question.
Any other questions?
I don't know. I'm still thinking about this. Isaac, you think Brad be down for that? Yeah. We thought of this ourselves.
I thought of that for you.
No. I thought of the Brad idea.
Emily thought of that.
Isaac, you gotta
We
get
have plenty of witnesses for that one. I called that.
food reviews. What's he looking up? Food reviews with Brad? Is this already a thing? Brad kind of already does food reviews. If you've ever been on Brad's Facebook. Do we have any more questions? All right, and also to any parents watching, that if you are interested in volunteering or joining us on any of the trips, we are looking for volunteers as well. Another beautiful thing that CMC does is the trip cost for volunteers is free. We know that you have to give up a week of your time, and that sometimes includes giving up a week of work. And so the cost for all volunteers is free, and we are looking for a decent amount of volunteers. We're already all filled on the pilgrimage, but for the rest of the 3, we're still looking for some. So if you're interested in volunteering or getting involved, we'd love to have you join us on any of the trips.
Awesome.
Any more? All right. So in about 5 minutes, the trip registrations will go live. I think that's all we got for tonight. So thank you for joining us. I don't have a cool podcast sign up. I think sign off. Is that what they call them? Podcast sign offs. I don't have a cool one. I have no clue what Lauren's talking about. That's most of the time though when Lauren's talking.
That's true.
Oh.
Oh.
Isaac, you text Brad? My mouth's watering. All right, thank you guys so much. And again, congratulations to Harrison, Abby, and Henry. Henry joined a little late, but we'll still give him full prize.
Awesome.
Good job on your first